Alright, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are returning viewers, this is not an alcohol video. I normally incorporate alcohol into my videos because I have a surplus of things like this here, which is a alcoholic beverage that is 2 years out of date. So I need to use it up. This is actually my breakfast smoothie here. It is made with coffee and bananas. And interestingly, I have put a power bar into the blender because I have a few of these. This may be the last one. I think it is the last of my power bars that is like the Best Buy date is not on here. It was on the outer packaging, but it was years. This thing is a power bar, so it's probably exactly the same as it was when it was fresh. But they are, of course, hard as a rock, and they taste terrible, so I tossed them into my smoothie in the morning. And it's the cusp of October, literally. I mean, in a couple days, it's going to be October as I film this. I intend to post this in October. I am frazzled. You can see that. So for new viewers, I don't normally look like this. Yes, I have holes in my shirt. You may be able to see my very white skin through them. My hair is a mess because I just woke up. And I'm having breakfast. And I'm taking this opportunity to make a video because of just the mood I'm in, really. But, you know, before I go any further, let me remind you that for every 1,000 subscribers I get, I do purchase one of these bracelets from 4Ocean. 4Ocean pulls a pound of trash out of the ocean every time I do that. If you'd be so kind as to comment, like, and subscribe, you'd be doing your part for a better world. Now, one of the things that has come about from the very concept of it being October for me is that October is the time I want to clear my refrigerator. Clear everything, really, because of the holiday sales. You know, I'm a food blogger, which is why I have things like, you know, this Dunkin' coffee and these old energy shots, and of course the pre-mentioned extremely old power bar, because, you know, I'm a food blogger and I have to have an entry for every day. And so I go to the store, and if something's on sale, I buy it, and after I buy it, I review it, and then I still have it. And one of the things I wanted to do was I wanted to have 1 year, 1 year's worth of posts in advance, so that if something were to happen to me, like I were to get sick or be in a car accident or have to go on a vacation, I would, I'd still have content. So, that's just one of those things. And again, as a food blogger, one of the things you need to do is you need to buy food. And, like, could I review a turkey? Yes, I could. But for the purpose of the review, it's best to have two of them. One that you can have show cooked and one that you can show in its original packaging. So obviously you would want to clean out your refrigerator and your freezer and have as much empty space as possible. Also because, turkey is great meat. And, if your cupboards were bare in November, every day you could go, you give me a free turkey, or you give me a discount on a turkey if I spend $25. Well, I've got nothing in my cabinet, so let me go and buy that for $25, or spend $25, and then you've got food and you've got turkey. So fill up your cabinets that way. It's not going to happen. I have way more than a month's worth of food sitting around my house. not only not only could I probably stay at home and not go shopping for an entire month and still have plenty of food left, but it's October, and on my main channel, Random Street Theater, uh, I try to step it up. So I make more videos. And one of the things I do for that channel is I actually do reviews where I eat food. You know, I go to the nearest fast food restaurant and whatever's new there, I pick that up and I bring it back here and I eat it and tell people what I think of it. There's another guy that does that, and he's actually really successful at it. I mean, he at the very least is making money at it, and I'm not. But he takes 20 minutes to talk about a single food item. And it's like, dude, eat the damn thing, will you? But, you know, I had a normal night's sleep, which is weird for me because I normally as a working man, I prefer to work the graveyard shift, and that's because the graveyard shift is the shift most likely to lend itself to being an internet person. You know, it's why. Well, why would you say that? Well, very simply, it's when there's generally the least going on. So if you're going to be able to watch a movie at work, I'm a security officer. I watch things. So you know, get your movie going. You're watching whatever it is. So I try to get jobs where I'm working at night and try to get jobs where I'm useless, which sometimes works out and sometimes doesn't. And you know, you find whatever it is you can do at work that will, you know, make permit you to make content. But whereas I don't like talking about work for obvious reasons, my last job was such a nightmare that one of the things I have to keep in my mentality is, do you want to do that again? And I mean, it's not that it was hard work. Well, it was, but it's not that it was the work was hard. I'm fine with hard work. I consider being able to do things for myself at work a bonus, not a requirement. Some people, like, they have a job and then they do security because it lets them do the paperwork. They have like a remote job, so that's okay, I've got paperwork to prepare and I'm going to do this, or they've got whatever it is they do as a security or as a regular person, and security is just extra money because this is a job where you get to basically do nothing. You know, this job, it was a lot of work that I was doing, and it was very unpleasant, but it was also very dangerous. And you know, it's just the people I was working with kept getting more and more hostile. And it's like, you know, you're a professional. When you report stuff like that, it needs to be addressed. And if it's not addressed, then you know this is not an environment you want to be. Plus, the people who were getting hostile were armed. They had guns. So, I mean, your demeanor changes quite a lot, or should change quite a lot, according to the state of California, if you're carrying a firearm. Okay, you should be polite. You should be, you know, even tempered, because guns are dangerous, and this is a job. You know, and I even think I had a fellow employee fixated on just how much he hated me because he viewed me as a rival for a higher paying position. So, I mean, it's like the first thing I did this morning, of course, you know, I woke up and I fed my animals, and, you know, I started making this. And then before I came in here to make this video, I sat down at my computer and I posted a video that I should have posted last night, but I started uploading it right when I went to bed. And, it's just, you walk into the mentality that you need to be working. And I will tell you something. I left my hair as it is because I wanted to illustrate the condition I'm in. But I did grab a shirt and I put that shirt on, and it was the same shirt I was wearing yesterday. And I noticed there was a stain on it, so I took it off and I put it in the laundry. But I mean, you know, it's just a keep working scenario. You know, I can tell you that these are the SM card. These are the data cards that I use for my computer. They're 64 gigabytes. I can get so much video on this that I can't actually upload it to the rendering computer because the rendering computer doesn't have enough space in its hard drive anymore. And I mean, that computer is a Windows 10 non-upgradable, so soon, as in within the next, 12 months, 13 months, I will probably have to buy a new computer. And that computer, it's getting old, and I'm pushing it as hard as I possibly can. I just render and render and render, and I fill up these cards, and I swap them out. And I'm getting to the point where, the new protocol is that plug the card into that computer and run it till you've gotten all the videos done, and that's when you're supposed to swap the card. And I actually have a second rendering computer where, I would swap the card after, or I'd put the card in that if I'm running the first computer and this card fills up, And I have more than 3 cards, but I've got 3 of the 64s, and it's just make videos, make videos, make videos, make videos. Do you want to do that again? Do you want to go to work one day and get shot and then, like, what are they going to do? My family hates me, and I actually have a restraining order against one of them. And, what's my work going to do? They're going to call my family and be like, hey, this guy got killed on duty. And my family would then say, hooray, he's dead. So I've just got every reason in my life to try and make YouTube profitable and find other people in my life to care about me enough. My life has always been bleak. When I was born, the doctors found that my mother had cancer, terminal cancer. They said she would die by my 3rd birthday. Mother was, of course, tough as nails and lived for another 10 years, going through remission twice and finally being killed. My father blamed me for my mother's death, blamed me because he didn't get along with my mother, because he felt that if she didn't have 3 children, they would have stayed married. But my mother had to have 3 children, and because I was the 3rd child, it was my fault. And then, obviously growing up in this environment, I had problems, which is why I'm this person, It's why I'm this age and I'm making videos on YouTube, and I don't want to go back to a job that I dislike, that I'm overqualified for, but, every time I apply for a better job, I don't seem to get it. that's the world we live in. It's not an easy world. My situation is bleak, but it's not unique. The average American, well, a lot of Americans have it much worse off than me. I can tell you that within 50 miles of where I am now, there are 60,000 Americans who would love to trade places with me. You know, they would love to live in this house and have a working shower and be able to pay bills. And that's who I am. I'm my basic needs are met, but that's it. So, here's to trying to find a better life. Many of you are probably doing the same. I'm Richard.
Oogog, Ergonog. Daniel Ducky say YouTube gods need long outro so I can tell you comment, like, and subscribe so that this channel can pull trash out of ocean by buying matrices from For Ocean. Also, links to new video now appear. Comment, like, and subscribe, or be cursed by Ugatha. Danger Ducky approves.